During World War II, millions of letters were sent by soldiers overseas. Many arrived late. Some never arrived at all. And a small number were delivered more than 60 years later. This is one of those real stories. Historians and military archives have confirmed multiple cases where wartime letters, lost due to battlefield chaos, damaged records, or overwhelmed postal systems, were rediscovered decades later and finally delivered. In many of these cases, the names were never released. But the letters were real. And one of them was written for Valentine's Day. In February of the 1940s, a young soldier sat down during wartime and wrote a letter. It wasn't official. It wasn't strategic. It was personal. He wrote about the cold nights, the fear, and how thinking about her gave him strength. He promised he would come home. He promised this war would not be the end of their story. He signed the letter, sealed the envelope, and mailed it. She never received it. Weeks passed. Then months. Letters stopped coming. Like many families during the war, she was given no clear answers, only silence. Eventually, life forced her to move forward. The soldier never returned. And the Valentine's letter disappeared into history, misplaced, misfiled, or forgotten inside an archive overwhelmed by war. More than 60 years later, while reviewing old wartime records, a worker noticed something unusual. A sealed envelope. Yellowed with age. Never opened. The postmark dated back to World War II. And written on the front, was a Valentine's message. Because of privacy laws and incomplete wartime documentation, many of these rediscovered letters were reported without identifying names. But efforts were made to locate the intended recipient. And in this case, they succeeded. When the letter finally arrived, the woman was elderly. Her hands shook as she opened it. Inside were words written by a man forever young, full of hope, love, and belief in a future that never came. She read about dreams they would never share. Promises that time never allowed him to keep. And when she finished, she cried, not from shock, but from closure. The letter didn't change the past. But it answered a question she had lived with for decades. He hadn't forgotten her. The letter was just late. Love doesn't always arrive on time. Sometimes it survives the war. Sometimes it survives decade, and sometimes it waits 60 years to be heard. If you received a letter from someone you loved, decades too late, would you read it?